Are you tired? You just want a cheat day? Well, stick around. I got just the thing for you. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be making cranberry lemon cheesecake bars. We're going to start off by getting a 8-inch square baking dish, and we're just going to coat this with some oil. I've got some spray in here already. We're just going to get that all over the edges of the pan. Put that aside. We're going to heat our oven up to 350, and in a small bowl we're going to take 8 to 9 of our graham crackers, and we're just going to put them in there, and then we're going to crush them up. I'm going to use a spoon or something to get those crushed up. You could put them in a blender. You could put them in a baggie, however you want to crush them, providing I can get them out of the bowl or out of the package. Wait, stop. Put them in a bag and crush them that way. Let's get going. And we've got a lemon, a large lemon, and I went ahead and I zested it. So I zested the lemon peel. I divided it half into a bowl so that we're going to use half of the lemon zest in our crust and half of the lemon zest in our filling. And I also went ahead and melted 4 tablespoons, which is a half of a stick of butter. So you might want to get that started. I'm going to finish crushing these. All right, we've got our graham cracker all crushed. Let's get that into the bowl. And if you've never zested a lemon before, you want to use a microplane or a zester, and it looks something like this. And on the back side, it's open. And you're just going to take your lemon, if this was your unzested lemon, you're just going to scrape all that peel off along the outside edge. Of course, you'd have a bowl underneath this, but that's how you would zest a lemon. Okay, so we're going to take half of that lemon zest and put that right into the graham cracker. And we've got our melted butter. We're going to get that all mixed up. And just get it nice and mixed. And then we're going to be pressing that into the pan that we've already got grease on. So we're just going to get that mixed up real quick. You can really smell the flavor of the graham cracker once you get that butter in there. A little bit of the lemon too. Nice. And you're just going to push this into the pan to get it all flat. Well, you'll have edges too because these are going to be bars. Okay. Now you can use a spatula, whatever you have, but I've got clean hands, so that's what I'm using. And you want to build it up along your edges just a little bit because you are having these to be bars. And once you get this baked, it'll cook together better. And you just want to roughly get it all even and flat on the bottom. Once we get that done, we'll be slipping that into the oven at 350 for 10 minutes, I believe. I'll check with that in just a moment. Yes, we're going to put this in the oven for 10 minutes. Let's get it in there. For our filling, we are going to be using 1 cup of cranberries. And I've got a blender here. I already put it in here to see if I really liked how this was breaking up, because we're going to get this nice and broke up into pieces about yay big. So you just make a decision on how big or how small you want your cranberries cut up. And with that, I'm going to add, I'll be using, instead of sugar, I'm going to be using erythritol. It's in a blend. And I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons. This is a 2 teaspoon measuring spoon right here. So I'm putting 2 cups in, or 2 teaspoons in there, along with, I'm going to do a little bit at a time of my cranberries and get this. I'm just going to put it on pulse and get it chopped up. We're not blending it. We're just pulsing. And I'll add the rest of those. They're looking pretty good. You just don't want them whole or even in half. Cranberries are quite bitter. Okay, that is looking rather well. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it in a larger bowl anyway. So we're going to get started on that. Okay, so my cranberries I just left in the blender and I just set it aside. We're not using that right at the moment. Remember, there's 2 teaspoons of erythritol in there. We're going to start off by adding half of or this is a third of a cup of erythritol. We're going to add that into our bowl. And I've got a fourth of a cup of um, plain Greek yogurt. Now you could use sour cream, but I like the Greek yogurt, and this is not flavored. Like I said, it's plain, so you just want to get that in there. We've got 1 large egg, thanks to our hen, large Marge. And I always crack that. Well, I don't always, but I like to crack it first to make sure there is nothing that we don't want. Okay, I can get that in there. And I've got 3 tablespoons of lemon juice from my lemon that I zested, so I made use of that. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and the other half of the zested lemon, we can add that in. And we only need 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And one of the ingredients that we definitely need for a cheesecake would definitely be the cream cheese. So this is room temperature. I did have this heating up a bit on my heated area so that it's actually a furnace that I could put it on top of. So it is kind of soft already, so that is great. We're going to get that all mixed up with our blender. Be sure to put your timer on for the 10 minutes that you're going to be baking your crust. My crust is done. I'm going to put this on a cooling rack, and then we'll continue on with our recipe. All right, let's get this mixed up. Going to get it nice and creamy. Once it's nice and creamy, we're going to add in our cranberries. That's how we got that all mixed. Let's get the rest, or let's get the cranberries in our cheesecake. And we're just going to mix it up just a little bit and get it all incorporated. And once our crust is cool, then we will add the filling. Turns it a little pink. So if you've seen my other cheesecake pie or cheesecake that I made that was with the chocolate and the peanut butter, you see what a disaster that turned out to be. It was really good, except that it just didn't make it to the table whole because of the springform pan and because the person that was moving it it just slipped out of his hands actually. So hopefully these will turn out much better. We're going to get the filling into the crust as soon as it's cooled, like I said, and then we're going to refrigerate that for about 4 hours. And we're just going to pour that filling right in here. Oh, that's going to be yummy. Always fun to try something totally different. It'd make a cute little Valentine's Day dessert. Or maybe for a birthday, whatever. Okay. 4 hours or longer in the fridge. We want this to set up nice and thick so that you can cut it with bars. You may need to use a knife that's wet when we cut it, but we will see in about 4 hours. Well, it's been in the fridge for over 4 hours. Let's dig in. Okay. It comes out rather well. I am very hungry, so let's give this a try. It's so good. I know I say that all the time. But it really is. The cranberries and the lemon and that cheesecake. It's fabulous. You're going to love this recipe. Definitely give this one a try. Thanks for watching.